Long ago, in a coastal town in Vietnam, where the sand was always warm and the sea breeze carried the scent of blooming lotuses, lived a cheerful girl named Sophia. She loved everything about her town, especially the colorful fishing boats bobbing in the turquoise waters and the friendly locals selling sweet coconut candy. But most of all, Sophia loved spending time with her family, especially her Nana. One day while rummaging through Nana's attic, Sophia stumbled upon a curious wooden frame with glass panes that seemed to glow from within. Intrigued, she looked inside and saw beautiful pictures of her family smiling back at her. There were photos of her parents as young lovers, pictures of her holding her baby brother, and even images of her grandparents as newlyweds. Each photo radiated warmth and happiness, making her heart swell with love. As Sophia examined the frame, she noticed something peculiar. The more she gazed into it, the more she felt an inexplicable sense of joy bubbling up inside her. It was as though the photos had the power to capture not just their smiles, but their laughter, their joy, and their very essence. A thought struck her. Maybe this frame doesn't just hold photos, maybe it holds their smiles. She decided to test her theory. She took out one of the photos, the one of her and her baby brother, and hid it behind her back. Then she looked into the frame. Instead of seeing herself and her brother, she saw two blank spaces. Could it be? Does the frame keep our smiles safe? She carefully placed the photo back in the frame. As she did, she felt a surge of happiness so intense it brought tears to her eyes. Yes, the frame kept their smiles, their precious, irreplaceable smiles. Over the next few days, Sophia cherished the time spent with her family, aware that the magical frame was safeguarding their smiles. She would often sneak into Nana's attic just to gaze at the glowing photos, reveling in the contagious joy they exuded. But little did she know that a shadow was lurking nearby, watching the frame with envy. This shadow belonged to a grumpy old man named Mr. Gloom. He lived in a ramshackle hut at the edge of town, shrouded in perpetual darkness. No one ever visited him because his bad vibes made people feel terrible. Even the sun refused to shine in his direction. Mr. Gloom was consumed by bitterness, and he hated seeing others happy. So, when he discovered the frame, an evil idea formed in his mind. One evening when Sophia was playing by the ocean, Mr. Gloom crept into Nana's house. He went straight to the attic and grabbed the frame. He stared at the photos, his eyes blazing with malice. Using a rusty knife, he cut out each picture one by one. Then, with a wicked grin, he replaced them with portraits of himself, each twisted into a menacing frown. Mr. Gloom cackled maniacally, relishing the thought that he had stolen their joy. As he descended the stairs, the frame began to glow faintly, as if sensing the encroaching darkness. Suddenly, it began to hum softly, and the melody echoed through the house, reaching Sophia's ears. Startled, she dropped her seashell collection and raced home. Bursting into the attic, she gasped in horror at the sight before her. The frame was emitting a weak, sickly light, and instead of the familiar smiling faces, there were only grimacing shadows. And then she saw him, Mr. Gloom, standing triumphantly at the bottom of the stairs, the stolen photos clutched in his hand. Enraged and heartbroken, Sophia charged toward Mr. Gloom, but he simply laughed, his eyes gleaming with triumph. Just when all hope seemed lost, Sophia spotted a small box tucked under Mr. Gloom's cloak. It was filled with colorful pencils, and one in particular caught her eye, a shimmering rainbow pencil. An idea sparked in her mind. Maybe I can bring back their smiles with this. Quickly, she snatched the rainbow pencil and began to draw. As she colored over Mr. Gloom's frowns, the photos began to glow again, their brilliance slowly chasing away the shadows. With each stroke, Sophia could feel the stolen joy returning to the photos, and when she finished, the frame was humming happily once more. The photos shone brightly, and there they were, her family's smiles, radiant and beautiful. Overjoyed, Sophia raced downstairs to find her family and share the good news. But when she told them about Mr. Gloom and his evil scheme, their faces fell. They couldn't remember a time when they hadn't laughed often or when their lives hadn't been filled with joy. They didn't remember how to be sad. To make matters worse, Mr. Gloom had taken away the photos, and without them, they couldn't remember their own smiles. Determined to help, Sophia led her family back to the attic. She showed them the photos, each now aglow with restored joy. As they gazed at the pictures, their frowns slowly transformed into smiles. Their laughter echoed through the house, chasing away the last vestiges of gloom. Even Nana, who always seemed so serious, was smiling and laughing for the first time in years. Touched by the sight, Sophia knew the frame's magic was returning. That night, the whole family gathered around the frame. They shared stories, laughed, and made new memories. The frame glowed warmly, capturing their joy and keeping it safe. Sophia realized that their happiness wasn't just in the photos, it was in being together. From that day on, Sophia and her family visited the beach every week. They'd collect shells and sea glass, laughing and making new memories. And when the sun began its slow descent, they'd return home, bringing back the day's treasures and the warmth of their shared joy. The frame became a cherished part of their lives, a constant reminder of their unbreakable bond and the importance of cherishing each smile, each laugh, and each moment spent together. And as the years passed, the photos in the frame became more than just pictures. They were a testament to the enduring power of family, the magic of laughter, and the triumph of joy over gloom. In the heart of the coastal town in Vietnam, where the sea breeze carried the scent of blooming lotuses and the colorful fishing boats danced on the turquoise waters, the legend of Sophia and her magical frame was passed down through generations, a tale that reminded everyone of the importance of holding on to their smiles and the power of love and laughter to chase away even the darkest of shadows. The end.